Hello, Ignite family, and welcome to the exclusive podcast, even with Samuel Koinari. And on today's episode, we'll be looking into Jesus Christ, the ultimate expression of perfection. Yes, you heard me right. We'll be looking into the life of Jesus and we'll see what does it teach us even about success. I know in the course of this month, we've been looking even into focus, and today we'll be focusing on Jesus Christ. Let me start with a simple question. When you talk about success, what do we really mean? Because when you look into the life of Jesus, it doesn't fit the modern picture at all. Jesus had no office, he had no title, he had no property, he had no portfolio, he did not have any social media account. So, yet we are here thousands of years later and we are still talking about him. So today, I want us to slow down and look into the life of Jesus, not just as a savior, but as a model. What did he really do right? And what can every man even learn from the way he lived? A man needs men. Jesus did not walk alone. One of the first things that Jesus really did, even before very many miracles, before sermons, was choosing people. He did not just choose people with the best resume. He chose fishermen, tax collectors, ordinary men with real flaws. And we find that each and every man played an important role, but every role really mattered. And that alone tells us one thing that is very powerful. No man is designed to succeed alone. Even Jesus, the Son of God, chose to walk with others. He laughed with them, he corrected them, he trusted them, and even sometimes he was disappointed by them. When we look into it, we saw John the Baptist, he prepared the way. Peter opened his boat. Simon of Cyrene, he carried the cross. Joseph of Arimathea, he gave out his tomb. And when life got heavy, like even when we look into the Garden of Gethsemane, he did not even isolate. He said, "Stay here with me." So that's a lesson to every man listening to me today. No man succeeds alone. God uses people to shape people's destiny. When you're in isolation, you limit your growth. So, do you have destiny helpers? Do you have mentors who can give you direction? Do you have burden bearers? People who offer a crying shoulder? Do you have mentees where you can prove your leadership? So I want you to just even take a moment to reflect. Who are the men that you're doing life with? And are you doing life alone without even realizing it? And I also want in the comment section, you can just mention and tell me who is the one man that has positively shaped even your life and your journey. Thank you. Relationships really matter. Jesus was intentional when it came to relationships. Here is something very interesting even about Jesus. He loved everyone, but not everyone had the same access to him. There was the crowd, there was the 70, there was the 12, and then there was the 3. So Jesus understood that relationships are layered. There was the crowd. This is where you associate with people. We have the acquaintances. These are the ones that you relate with. We see they are also friends. These are those that you enjoy life with. And also we see they are close friends who know your struggle. Then we have the inner circle. These are the people who are able to hold you accountable. Then we have mentors who are always there to guide you. The other thing, you also need to have mentees. It's where you invest your legacy in. And each layer has a purpose. Wisdom is getting to know who belongs where. So we see Jesus, he did not just let the noise of the crowd decide his direction. When the praise got so loud, he often withdrew. When pressure came, he always prayed. So, some men do not fail because they lack wisdom. is because they are listening to too many voices. And I want you to just take a moment and just reflect. Whose voice carries the most weight in your decisions right now? And one thing I'll tell you, not all relationships are equal. Some will lift you, some will drain you. And think about it. Relationships really get to determine your speed and the direction that you're taking in life. Wrong company will delay your destiny. I want you to be intentional, even in the connections that you have, because this is how you get to multiply even your impact. And I want you to, even on the comment section, what kind of people do you need right now, even in your life? Maybe you can just mention in the comment section and you can tell me what kind of people do you really need, even in your life right now. Resources really matter. Jesus understood about provision. Now let's talk about resources because Jesus did. Jesus did not pretend that money did not matter. Actually, he had a treasurer and he always fed the crowds. And also, he told them to collect leftovers. So, I can tell you one of the most important things, Jesus Christ had resources. Because even throughout his life, we see the financiers. Even in his life, we see Kina Johanna, we see the likes of Mary and many others. People who are financiers, even in his ministry. Jesus understood that resources are not evil, they are tools. But here is the balance. Jesus did not chase resources. He never allowed resources to control him. In an instance, we see Jesus, he really thrashed people who were buying and selling even in the house of God. Jesus always used what he had for a purpose. That's wisdom. I want you to just take this moment and just reflect. Are you using your resources intentionally, or reacting to life as it comes? Because one thing I'll tell you, vision without resources creates frustrations, not fulfillment. And think about it. Financial resources, information and knowledge, tools, systems, time, stewardship, ownership. These are the different aspects of resources, just but a few. And I want you to ask yourself, even on the comment prompt, you can just mention and tell me, what resource do you feel that you lack most, even at this stage of your life? You can just mention there on the comment section. Maybe I'm able to sort it out. So, what resource do you feel that you like most, even at this stage of your life? Growth always takes time. There is a verse that we often rush past. The verse says that Jesus grew in wisdom, stature, and favor with God and men. Let us think even for a moment. Jesus grew. Before the impact that we see, there were quiet years. After the age of 12, we hear nothing even about Jesus. Before the miracles, there was a preparation. There was a preparation. Before the crowds, there was obedience, even in obscurity. Some people and many of us, we really want the spotlight. And also, we want to skip the process. But Jesus shows us growth is not delayed, it's prepared, in preparation, and it's always about protection. What area of your life feels like a hidden season right now? Because your life will never rise even above your capacity. God is not in the business of killing people. Your life will never rise above your capacity. Because, look at it, that small capacity will break under pressure. Growth demands preparation. New levels require new skills. And even in the comment section, I want you to even to just tell me what area of your life that you're really feeling that you're stretched or that you're really overwhelmed even right now. There on the comment section. Just and remember to share this episode. Thank you. Another aspect is your inner strength. Jesus protected his inner life. And I always call this the God factor. One of the things that we see even in the life of Jesus, he always withdrew and he went to pray. Jesus being God, he went to pray. Think about it even for a moment. Not because he was weak, but because he understood one thing that a lot of men will miss. If you don't protect your inner life, pressure will break you. Because look into the life of Jesus. Jesus always responded calmly under pressure. He always responded wisely under attack, firmly, without even being bitter. That didn't happen even by accident. So, maybe you can tell me what really helps you to reset even when life gets noisy. Because a man must grow inwardly before he grows outwardly. And these are the points I really want you to look even into your life. Look at your spiritual capacity. I'm talking about your values and your character. Look into your mental capacity. That brings about your cognitive aspect. How do you think? Are you disciplined? Look at your skills capacity. Are you competent? Are you relevant? And even in the comment section, I just want you to even mention which of these three areas do you really need to intentionally work even on, even in this year? Leadership, money, relationships. Jesus always modeled a balance. In your life, you need to practice balance. Jesus had redefined leadership. He said, if you want to be great, you must serve. One of the things we see even in the life of Jesus, he always corrected people, but with love. He always confronted wrong, but without ego. He led strongly, but he deeply cared. And even in his final moments, Jesus being God, he thought about his relationship, making sure that even his mother was taken care of. We see Jesus say to John, take care of my mother. That's real success. So which area of your life, is it leadership, is it finances, or is it relationship that needs more intention and attention even in your life right now? Because practical skills and life skills will determine your long-term success. So when it comes to your financial capacity, I'm talking about money wisdom. When it comes to your leadership capacity, I'm talking about your decision making. When it comes to relationship and family capacity, think about it even for a moment. What lessons about money, leadership, or relationship have you learned in the hard way? Maybe you can just share even in the comment section. Tell me, what lessons about money, leadership, or relationships did you learn in the hard way? Legacy. Jesus really lived even beyond himself. Jesus did not live even for the comfort, he lived for the assignment. And one of the things that you can really see, Jesus really poured into a few and he really changed the world. And when he was done, he was comfortably able to say, it is finished. It is finished. Now that's legacy. Not how loud his life was, but how meaningful it became. So take this moment and just reflect for a minute. If your life ended today, would you still be speaking? Because true success is measured by impact, not the applause you get. One of the things that I'm going to talk even to you right now, your success must outlive you. Because mentorship creates legacy. A man's life should bless others. So think about it. If people spoke about you 10 years from now, what would you then want them to say? What would you really want them to say? When you look into the life of Jesus, Success isn't flashy, it's faithful. It's built through people, shaped by growth, sustained by purpose. And the real success is this: living a life that points beyond you. Thank you for listening. Until next time, live intentionally. Live intentionally.